Hello and good day. This is Dr. Peter with a weekly outlook. The topics haven't changed much. Numerous black swans are on their way to dramatically change all of our lives. The only question is which one will arrive first? Will it be the total escalation of war in Europe? Will it be the collapse of our financial system and banks? Called the house of cards, that is, the USA collapsed much faster than expected by its government. From quantum physics, we know that everything in our universe is interconnected and nothing exists in isolation. There is only a constant balancing act between everything and everyone. The sums themselves always remain the same. That's why religions always promote harmony, which leads to less imbalance and peace. Having this knowledge would immediately lead to more deceleration, relaxation, and peace on all levels of society. Wars and crime would drastically reduce if there were more harmony between peoples and individuals, as we know. We live in a bipolar world, and everything swings between its two poles, including poverty and wealth, strength and weakness, war and peace. The strong are actually responsible for the weak instead of using their weakness to their advantage. Wealth on one side always leads to poverty on the other side. Imbalance leads to upheavals, revolutions, and wars. If this is new to anyone, they should consult historians and economists. Why is the world not led by awakened individuals, but by those who believe they need to have more than they can consume in a lifetime? Simply put, it's because the wise among us are not willing to use violence, unlike your politicians and their owners. That's the fine difference. That's why we are moving away from the ideal instead of moving toward it. All these processes may be necessary and useful when viewed from a later perspective. Some people learn through contemplation, but most learn through pain. I have often talked about adaptability and flexibility in the past, because that's what all about here. I want to reach the few people with foresight and intelligence who will ultimately ensure personal and economic survival. As I always say, having is better than needing. The wise man prepares. He doesn't live in the hope that everything will turn out fine in the end. These days, we see competent and economically privileged people leaving Germany and mainly immigrating to Switzerland and USA. Those who don't have this option must hope to somehow survive the big reset in Germany. However, in the end, economic opportunities decide whether people stay or leave the country. And this is where croesus-asset.management comes into play, because Croesus was created for this purpose. Croesus specialized in building wealth for our clients through exponential and progressive growth within a few years, while securing it from the reach of third parties through decentralization and blockchain. By third parties, we mean those who cannot generate wealth themselves, such as politicians and governments, and therefore rely on accessing other people's wealth. Those who hold their wealth outside the European Union and the USA will also retain it and have access to it at any time, while all others are subject to the whims of these two regions. Prepare yourself for a decade of upheavals and changes. Create mobility and flexibility. Stay well informed. Visit our website. Become part of the Croesus family. I look forward to seeing you. Yours sincerely, Dr. Peter Reinhardt.